Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, so this is gonna be a bedtime story. Well, not completely. I'm just gonna look at what would each of the counterparts most need to know about the intimate connection. What can the collective polarities tell the other? So thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through. What would the Divine Masculines like the Feminines to know about their intimate cutting edge? Where are the Masculines at regarding the intimacy with the Erotic Tarot? What can we see for the Masculines regarding the Feminines? The High Priest. Okay, so Masculines, High Priest in the reverse. You can learn from almost any experience, but you need to be able to explain it to the next novice. If you're playing at bondage, make sure you know where the keys are. So Divine Masculines, there's a little bit of imposter syndrome here. Maybe the shoes feel a bit big still is what I'm getting, Divine Feminines, that the Divine Masculines are, you know, trying to see how far they can go with calling the shots, being in control, looking like they have it figured out, looking like they're capable. There's something with an air about them. And so it's kind of like, how do you get yourself out of something that you aren't sure what exactly it is that you're doing? Something like that, Masculine. So I guess, if anything, they want you to know, Divine Feminines, that they feel like they could be getting in too deep. They're kind of enjoying it, but at the same time, they might take a little bit of a pause just to be more sure-footed. This can be a little bit of cold feet energy, because they might realize that they've been running on adrenaline or ego boost, or something a little bit too extra in the connection is causing them to feel like they've got a bit of a speed wobble. But they're also realizing that they are working on things in these connections that they've never had this level of success in other connections regarding. So this part about explaining it to the next novice, it's like they do want to learn from the success that is here. They're doing something differently because they've attracted a Divine Feminine like you. And so they are genuinely wanting to understand what it is about them and the situation that has captured your heart, Divine Feminine. What would the Divine Feminines like the Divine Masculines to be aware of at this time? The Devil in the reverse. So this card says, recognize who is playing and who is serious. Don't allow overindulgence to become an addiction. If you're promised the world, check what's behind the curtain. So yeah, the High Priest is playing at bondage, and the Devil is, you know, who is playing and who is serious. So Divine Feminines want you to know, Divine Masculines, that they only want sincere connection. They don't want there's something about sarcasm and dry humor and little white lies and testing and maturity versus sincerity, and that imposter syndrome. There's like both are saying, maybe we need to ground this a little bit. It's like both are realizing even though these connections are so real, that if they continue to be unhinged, unglued, unbalanced much longer, that will be counterintuitive. So both are kind of acknowledging that maybe the connections have gone a little bit too far one direction, and they could start to come back into the realm of possible, less fantastical a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna get, I said bedtime story, so I'm going to do the tarot for kids, sorry, and see what energies we get. What is the most lovely stuff we can see about the connections? What's some really nice bedtime story energy here? Oh, the Four of Wands, union, 1111. But what can we see for the counterparts? Feminines on the left, masculines on the right. What's the sweetest energy we can get before bed here? Queen of Coins, Three of Cups. Genuine friendship in the connection space. The Sun for the masculines, the Queen of Coins, wifey energy as the feminine card. There's a real cuddly energy. And in the near future, I'm thinking bedtime, there's a contemplation about how things could have been different. So both are kind of feeling, we've got the Three of Cups to the Four of Cups. There's a progression of love. Gratitude, there's gratitude in the energy. The masculines are seeing the sunshine of the feminines' love right now, and the feminines, look at the feminines are holding that sun in their arms and almost rocking it like a baby there. And the masculines are seeing how much care, how much conscientious attention you really do give them, how generous. Look at this sunshiny energy. There's like a sun in each. It's like you're playing with the friendship. There is some joy going on. The feminines are nurturing this. The children are playing with it. The inner children of the people in the connections are playing with this joyful thing. And the masculines are basking in it right now. They're really feeling love. Look at that. Look at how this horse is feeling like a smile because this feminine is just, reaching out. So that's interesting. For those who have reached out, there may have been some great joy brought to your counterpart. There is a masculine here, or even just knowing you exist, I heard. For those who haven't been led to reach out, there is just this comfort, nurture. I think the feminines are realizing that the masculines are receiving their nurture. There's something like that going on. Into the future, there is this missed opportunities kind of card. There's a masculine sort of lamenting, and this feminine handing the masculine this cup of love. And the masculine is still pausing, wondering if it's something to receive. Masculine polarity is the action taking, and this masculine polarity is sitting there in inaction. So there's something about the emasculation of the past that is affecting the masculine's willingness or availability to accept the love at this stage. And I'm getting that the masculines are understanding that it's the wounding of the past that is holding them back. If they hadn't been hurt in the past, it feels as though they would have been jumping on these connections. If only we could have approached these connections without having been hurt in the past. But it's safe, masculines. Your feminine adores and loves and wants to nurture, doesn't want to hurt you. It's not too good to be true. So there's, with the sunshine energy, I'm hearing that there's a warming and a thawing of the heart, of the fear of rejection that the masculines have been acting out in these connections, testing the connections, reverse psychology in the connections. The masculines are realizing that it's up to them to accept this and become receptive to the love here. Their inner feminine can receive just as the feminine external can receive. What can we see for the sun? Let's clarify the sun for the masculines. Oh, heck yeah, union. Look at, and that's the sun and the moon in that card. So what else can I say about that other than the masculines feel like you're the one, divine feminines. They have never been loved like this. It's so sweet. What can we see for the feminines? Queen of Coins. Fell over to the masculines. Patience. Yeah, there's a feminine all by themselves nurturing this love just because they can. And what a glorious thing to do, you know, when you have become someone who can love. There is no greater gift than to be able to love. To be able to love. And what a beautiful thing to wait until that love is received, to actually have that opportunity to truly love someone who is able to receive it. We go around loving and loving and loving and loving willy-nilly, and it doesn't always come back. It's very seldom that love is returned. But it's going to be worth the wait, feminines, because your masculine is very much believing, having faith in this union now. There is a joyful celebration and friendship growing in the connection, a trust. What are the masculines wanting to share with us about that? The soul. Look at that. Their inner child energy is jumping for joy in their heart and soul about this connection. The safety, the pleasure, the authenticity. It's good stuff. This Sagittarius full moon, I think, has created a very abundant, sunshiny love. What can we see for the feminines regarding the Three of Cups? Abundance. The cup's running over. So feminines, you've become generous. It's not so much with an agenda, you know. You're not loving because you will get. And because you've come to that place where you're loving freely, without expectation, that's when it's pure enough to actually be received. That's when your reality reflects back a conscious lover that can receive your love. When you do it just because you can, feminines, that's when you are most worthy to receive. Wow. Okay. What is this Four of Cups, masculines? What is the resistance or the hesitation right now in the energy for the masculines about these connections? Noise. So they have a lot of stuff going on. There's some squeaky wheel energy in the masculine's vicinity that needs to be cleared up. And I'm getting even a couple of weeks from now, it's still kind of buzzing for them. So this is giving, right now the sunshine is shining on these connections and helping the masculines muster the empowerment to walk through this obstacle. What can the feminine see? Practice patience. Practice fell on patience. So love for love's sake right now, feminines, and just trust that in time the noise will dissipate and your masculine will hear the love, feel the love loud and clear, and it will be time. Okay, let's see what we can for the collective. What do the counterparts need to know about the energies of the connections at this time? And I'm going to do a masculine and feminine. I said masculine first, so these are going to be the masculine cards. And then I'll get some for the feminines. What can we see for how the collective can look at these connections, feel them on the heart space, what to manifest, what actions might be taken at this time, solution or challenges, solutions, and direction. So what is in the energy on the conscious mind? Oh, I just heard that the love is here but not cuddleable. I know I would love to be cuddling my counterpart tonight. Oh my gosh, I just want to glom on and hug him. Hug him so much. I just want to fall asleep hugging him. Yeah, So the love's here, but why is it so far away? What can the masculines share about that? Princess of Wands. They are seeking the answers on an energetic level to that question. Why is the love here and yet so far away still? What is this reason? What are the feminines saying about this? The Star, the daughter of the firmament. It's in the reverse, like the Two of Cups is in the reverse. So there is this can be an impatience. So you are being asked to have more patience while the masculines come to these spiritual, energetic truths right now. Accountability, I'm hearing. So the masculines need to take accountability to receive, to believe, to trust that this love is not a trick, that it's not too good to be true, that it is available to them. They need to put down their burden, put down the junk, put down the past, and believe in love again. These connections are the redeeming connections that show them they can believe in love again, but they need to do that before it's time to have these connections in safekeeping. We sabotage when we don't believe that the love is real. We test it and push it away, hoping it will prove to us that it exists, but it's an inside job. So the masculines are needing that time to commune with higher knowing so they can set that foundation, so they can uphold their side of this agreement, energetic dynamic. What can we see for how each are looking at each other? Oh, there's the Four of Cups in the reverse. So desiring not to let the past influence the potential here. The masculines, what can we see? Justice in the reverse. So they are working on being able to access this connection in a justified way. But right now they are processing this disbelief that they could actually be given this amount of true love. Feminines, Eight of Pentacles, Lord of Prudence. So this is diligence. It's keeping on, keeping on. It is staying the course. Love is winning, feminines. Keep going. The past ain't got nothing on these connections. What can we see for the heart space that the twins have? Emotions, transparency. There is transparency, emotional availability coming in. This is a deep exhale, acceptance, dropping the guard, opening up. How are the masculines experiencing this? Five of Swords. They're looking at the payoff, the consequence of keeping their emotions bottled up or becoming a little bit more open, safe, expressive. They see that they do sabotage when they don't allow the emotion to flow freely. Where there are blockages, they have to pay for that. It's a short-sighted victory. They're seeing the karmic consequence for blocking connection and resisting what their hearts are telling them. How are the feminines experiencing this transparency? The High Priestess. And this says also the Priestess of the Silver Star. So of patience, of the feminines are wanting to speed this along because they're starting to get excited about the fact that no matter what they do, these connections are still viable within their own energy. Internally, they still know that these connections are based in truth. And that is actually overcoming the need for patience. In some ways, it's speeding these unions up. There is some empowerment that the feminines are tapping into as their birthright, as their star path of destiny, as their activated side. So yeah, I'm getting actually that the feminines are activating slightly in the way that the masculines are receiving a little bit more. And so there's less stigma about the feminines just unapologetically connecting or expressing or fearlessly just being authentic reaching out, talking to the masculines, being humble, being balanced. There seems to be a balancing of the justice scales in this reading. What can we see for the heart space for each other? Kindness. There is a real kind baseline that is impossible not to acknowledge, I just heard. So, yeah. I feel like it's really important, instead of setting some goal to achieve a particular distinction in the connection, living together, marriage, some kind of definitive milestone, that just setting a goal to be kind, that it's safe space here to be ourselves, to be kind, to be genuine. On the heart space, there is a deep acknowledgement that this is a connection that elicits kindness from each other. The masculines, their eyes are being open to the fact that kindness lives here. And for the feminine, Seven of Pentacles, another weight is over kind of card. I was getting a little bit of the impatience thing because we got patience. Maybe patience is just paying off, that your diligence to be authentic has paid off, because we've got all these cards. The High Priestess, the Star, the Hermit, the Seven of Pentacles. These all indicate usually a waiting period. But they're all in the reverse, and it's like this immediate, like in real time, masculines are seeing nothing but kindness to be celebrated here, to be acknowledged. This is safe space, masculines and feminines. What are the counterparts being asked to look at? More than friends energy, that there is kindness here, but it's such a beautiful, intimate kindness that it does take the platonic friend, the temptation to keep it as a platonic scenario. It does indicate that we are having to face the fact that this is what real true love is, and that this is the way for long-term success. It doesn't just have to be kept in the friend zone so it's not ruined. What are the masculines experiencing with that? Yeah, they're realizing they feel more pain staying away than coming hither. I just heard. Feminines, you know your worth. The Empress, daughter of the mighty ones. This is your goddess self. There are scales of justice here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 12 pentacles. So the 12 foundations of heaven on earth. There is the justice here. There's a phoenix in the foreground and 2 flaming pillars. So yeah, divine feminines, you understand that you are divine feminine, and that you are worthy of a love like this, and you are not taking no for an answer. You're not buying into the fear that your masculine holds, and you are saying, I am qualified to know the love. You cannot convince me that the love is not here. I know that because of who I am, divine masculine, I am not deluding myself to say this is a love I've never had before. This is a love that I am qualified to proclaim is true and exists. And the feminines don't care so much if that is inconvenient or hurts you or cracks your heart wide open, masculines. They are whole enough to understand what that process looks and smells like. So Godspeed. There is an awakening for the masculines here. Coming out of this abandonment wound, the fear of rejection. And the feminines are saying it is safe. to come out. What can we see for the actions the twins are being inspired to take? To take a good hard look at all of the half-assed karmic things going on around in our lives and continue to work on streamlining those, eliminating the things that are not balanced, that are contributing to spreading our energy too thin, too many cooks in the kitchen, too many irons in the fire, all that. It's being simplified. How are the masculines dealing with this? Well, the devil. So there is some temptation afoot around the masculines right now, and they have never been more equipped to see through the illusion of those fear paradigms as they are now. The Five of Wands is not a very enmeshed, ingrained energy. It's quite weak compared to Ten of Swords and Devil stuff. So when we're clarifying with the devil always is kind of like that Wizard of Oz behind the curtain. The bark is worse than the bite. And so the masculines, you know, existential crisis or rock bottom, it's all illusion. It's an illusion that the love isn't here. And it's really just this flimsy, subtle stuff. But there's so much inflated danger that the masculines have been worried about, whereas really it's just these 5 little measly sticks. So the masculines are really working on letting go of their imagination regarding the perceived fear, the perceived lack of safety in these connections. The proof is in the kindness, masculines, in these connections. Your feminine has not been Jekyll and Hyde on your ass. Your feminine has shown up with the consistency of the divine, of love. And so really take a look at the things that you have been concerned about and ask yourself, am I justified in making that big of a deal, that much of a mountain out of a molehill? And what can you do about that to really talk yourself down out of that so that your heart, your love wins? What are the feminines? Yeah, hold this Ace of Cups, the unconditional love, because your masculine is going through the Hall of Mirrors once and for all. So feminines, just hold the love right now. What is the biggest challenge for the twins at this time? Temperance, balance. I'm being told this heron could be a phoenix rising from the ashes. So that's the biggest challenge, is staying balanced right now. So there's some kind of illusion that's wanting to come up to the masculines, that's trying to give the masculines that cold feet, or that they're going to be hurt worse than ever. But it's an illusion, masculines. Wait and see. Something, your worst fear is not going to come true here, masculines. This is a 7 card, and I'm getting that July is going to be really major for masculines getting through some of these devil energy fears, insecurities. 8 of Swords, Lord of Shortened Force. So divine feminines, don't be afraid of things that haven't worked out in the past. There is also a need for the feminines to hold this integrity, this knowing that the connection feels strong and real within you. Trust that awareness. That's not by chance. You're not delusional. What you want is wanting you. Don't believe the illusions. What is the solution to maintaining this balance? Wait and see. The 7 of Pentacles again. There is a simple invitation to stay the course a little bit longer and desire to be shown the confirmation of the love and the balance here. It's like we're all bracing and waiting for that imbalance to steady. What are the masculines experiencing with this solution? Prince of Pentacles. be grateful for how far you've come. Ask to be shown during this time of pause or stabilizing. Really do a little bit of a review and ask who you have become since you started this journey with your feminine. What growth have you seen in yourself? What changes have you witnessed? What thoughts no longer are there? What are the thoughts you're having now, masculines, compared to how you used to interpret your reality or this connection? Have you noticed this connection is still here? That's one of the most beautiful proofs that it is standing the test of time. See how far you've come and who you've become, masculines. And feminines, the great one of nighttime. Oh, here's that cuddle tonight kind of energy. The universe. So this is ascension up and out of it. So you may not see it right now, and it could imply an overnight change, I just heard, but there is some revelation coming in as these devil energies are overcome, where these connections are rising up into the new day, up into union. There's just a little bit more reality check about the kindness being here and about being sure, seeing the illusions for what they are, seeing these connections as justified because of the love that's authentically here. What can we see for the direction of the connections? Unconditional love in action, compassion in action. How are the masculines experiencing this? Inner progress. Thoughts are shifting. Thoughts are smoothing into calm waters. And feminines, Lord of Wealth, 10 of Pentacles. So divine feminines, just keep believing that abundance and wealth and material realm provision will come in. When two or more are gathered in abundance, in the divine name, in love, in keeping with that energy, it's exponential. So as the masculines come into alignment through shifting their thoughts towards love, towards the unconventional love here, that kicks off exponential wealth and abundance in the connections. When two people have pure motives and they team up on common goals, wow. Talk about abundance generation. When there aren't ulterior motives or negative agendas or selfish pursuits, two people can really move mountains together. Each person on this journey has been moving mountains through faith, through belief, through perseverance and patience and diligence. Wow, I can't wait to see more unions coming in, because there is an unstoppable beauty about to emerge as these unions start coming in more and more. Okay, many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.